Hello and welcome to the October Smart Trading Monthly newsletter. The world markets have been wild this last month with strong volatility moves to the downside and the bear moving into the market with a vengeance. It can be very daunting trading during these extreme market moves, but if you have strong money management rules and you're managing your open market risk at all times, you can withstand the strong market reactions. So let me give you an update on the markets and a follow up on some of my trades. But before I do, I just need to remind you that I'm not licensed to provide any personal investment advice. This video and all the charts and trades I share are for illustrative purposes only, and I'm just showing you how I view the current market and sharing this with you. Now, as you know, I predominantly trade two systems. My long-term weekly system, which is a long-only system, and that system has been building up beautifully over the uptrend. But yes, I've had some stop losses hit, but I've also had some shares that are still running and their stops haven't been hit, and I will continue to manage those trades. Then I've got my medium-term daily swing system that trades both long and short in direction. So it saw most of its long trades stopped out, and I'm mostly now short with that system and have been adding new short trades on. I'm going to give you an update on a couple of trades I shared in my last monthly newsletter video and show you some of my new short positions I have open. And if you want to know more about my trading systems and strategies, I teach all this in my Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course. This is a course where you get inside my head and you learn everything that I do in the markets. And I continue to support my mentorees with my mastermind program. We have a discussion forum, a few webinars throughout the year, and I have detailed video updates sharing all my trades with my mastermind members. So let's head on over to the markets and let me give you an update now. Here's the S&P 500. It closed down very strongly again last night. It's been in a healthy uptrend for a very long period of time, even made new highs, but it has completely collapsed now and broken through this uptrend line that has been going for quite some time, since 2016. So we'll zoom back out. This was the bull market of 2003 to 2007. Then we had the bear market come in. Then it started to become healthy, and yes, it does move back down strongly in between that health. But once it broke to new highs, it charged up very quickly, and then it started to pause and retrace back. Now, I don't know if we're in for another one of these long pauses before it starts to trend again, or it's now going to start to trend down. At the moment, it has broken this steeper uptrend, and the next support is at 2550. So if it breaks through 2550, then that will be an unhealthy sign. If it bounces, then it will just appear like it's going into a stage 3 top. Now, if you don't understand the market stages, I cover all these things in the Smart Charting 101 course. If we go to the daily chart, you can see the big drop that came in on the 10th of October, on that day there. Followed through, came back up, tried to recover, but has fallen very strongly with a big fall last night. And it's not uncommon to see the market have strong falls and then try and recover. You know, we had quite a period of a zigzag in here between February and April, and then the market became strong again. So I can't predict what's going to happen right now, but I do know the next support's at this level, and it's all about trading my systems and taking the strongest signal at that point in time, and always managing my open market risk at all times. So I always know my worst case scenario. Let's have a look at the ASX 200 market. The ASX has been in a nice uptrend channel, but we're just having a break of that uptrend channel right now. And today, this is a chart based on 1 p.m. data today. This is the 25th of October at 1 p.m. this chart. It has broken through the 5800 level. Now the 5800 is more significant on the daily chart. Here's the 5800 level here. We had touches, a whole lot of touches here, touch there, dip below it, but we've really had a serious break of that 500 level today. And based on the weekly chart, yes, it has broken through this uptrend channel line. And the next support for this chart is 5650. That 5650 level goes back to 2014, where it touched here, had some touches there, touched there, got some support at that level. So it'll be interesting to see whether we get some support, and if we do, we're in a stage 3 top. If we don't and we break it, then that's going to be a negative sign for the market. So I've had some of my stops hit. I've also opened up some new trades as well. So let me give you an update now. In my last newsletter video, I shared Telstra with you. I'd entered into Telstra at $3.06 when it came up in my daily swing trade. I ran my market scan that day. It came up in my scan that met all my trading rules, so I entered into it before the market closed. It moved very strongly, then it started to fall, and it was paying a dividend of 11 cents per share. So I widened my stop loss up by the dividend amount. It filled the dividend gap, and my stop loss moved back up to where it was before, but it just continued to go sideways. And I'd held this one for quite some time. I'd given it plenty of time, so I exited this one on the 8th of the 10th based on a time stop. So that's a classic example of an ex-dividend coming to a share, widening my stop loss up, and then taking time stop action. All things that I cover in my trading plan. So I held that trade for all of 53 days. It was a CFD trade with a margin of 5%. So I made 150% on the margin and 7.65% if that was a share trade, and that was the full trade size. There was a 0.84R multiple win on that one. I want to make sure that no losing trade ever goes beyond 1R, and I need to get some multiple R winners on board, some big winners, but this was just a small winner. I've got 2 examples of trades that I've been stopped out of with this market fall. I'd entered into this one, which is Liquefied Natural, on the 25th of the 9th, that beautiful move up, and it came up in my scan that day. Moved higher, and so did my stop loss, but then it started to collapse, and there was not much of a rebound coming to it, and my stop was hit after the market drop on the 11th of October at 58 cents. So I took a negative 0.81R loss on that one, pretty much made up for the win on Telstra. Held it for 16 days, based on the 10% margin because it was a CFD trade. It was a negative 156.91% loss on the CFD margin and a negative 15.65% if this was a share trade. But I position size all my trades based on my risk amount, and as mentioned, it didn't go beyond my 1R loss. This is the next one, NRW Holdings, and this one was just a small win. I've taken some small wins and I've taken some losses with this market drop. And now I'm mostly short with my daily swing trading system. So I entered into this one on the 23rd of August when it came up in my scan. Beautiful move upwards, moved very strongly. Didn't do a lot, but my stop loss was in profit, so I wasn't concerned. And then yes, it did hit my stop loss on the 11th of the 10th when that market had that strong move down. So I held that trade for 49 days and it was a 0.22R win. So based on the 10% margin, it was 23.3% return on the margin and 2.3% return on the trade size. So really very small win on that one. And that's what's going to happen. Small wins, small losses. But you need to get some big ones in there as well, some big winners on board. Now, as mentioned, I've opened some short trades. Now when the market's falling, I run scans on both sides of the market, on the long side and the short side. And I will take a trade that is the strongest in that side of the market. So today, you can see where the strength is in the market. Out of the top 300 stocks, we have 81 shares breaking down and none breaking up. So right now, that is why my daily swing trades have moved to the short side. So if we go back to this trade here, I'd tagged Flight Centre because it was already in a downward move, but it had strong support at $50, and I knew if it broke through $50, I wanted to get in on it. It wasn't that affected by the market drop. That was the 11th of the 10th when we had the market drop. It actually rebounded, but then it fell through on the 22nd of the 10th. I had set a trade up that if it broke through $50, enter me in. So I entered into that trade at $49.48, which was the price I set. So when it collapsed through, it automatically entered me into that trade. And I can set trades up to do that with my online broker. So going to the next trade, here's another short trade that I've only just opened as well. So this one came up in my short scan on the 23rd of October. The share had been healthy, had fallen back, tried to become healthy again, but clearly was failing to do so. Had this big black candle come into it here. I liked what I saw, so I took a short position, and right now it has continued lower. So I don't know whether the market's going to continue falling and falling, or it's going to rebound. But no matter what, I have my stop losses in play. So that's a bit of an update on a couple of my daily swing trades. Long trades I've been stopped out of, and new short trades that I have added in. Now, last newsletter I shared 2 weekly long-term trades that I had pyramided into the market with. And yes, one of them has hit their stop and the other one has not. I have many weekly trades open and have built up a nice long-term portfolio, and a couple have hit their stops, including this one. This is a US share called Advanced Microsystems. I bought into it on the 21st of June when it came up in my scan after making new weekly highs. I entered into it that next week. It moved up strongly. I got a signal to buy more. It moved up strongly. I got a signal to buy more once it burst through $30. But unfortunately with this market drop, it has completely collapsed and my stop was hit and I was taken out of that trade. Now, I didn't make a profit on the last pyramid. I made money on this one and this one, but the last pyramid I didn't. And that's what can happen. But I have a strategy that I only pyramid when I'm in profit, and I risk some of those profits. So all I did was lose a small amount of my profits on this trade, but I still made some money. I held it for 111 days and I made 20.62% return on my trading capital, and it was a 1.69 R multiple win. Now, the other trade that I shared with you in my last newsletter video was this one. I'd entered into this one on the 4th of June. This is an Australian share. It moved up very strongly and I bought more on the 11th of September. But my stop loss hasn't been hit on this one. So there's nothing I need to do right now. And this share may stay healthy. I don't know. Time will tell. But I've got my stop loss in place. If it gets hit, yes, I will be taken out of the trade. So that's an update on a few trades from both my trading systems. And you can see how I stopped out of one of the weekly trades I shared with you last month, and the other one still remains in. And how I've been stopped out of my long trades with the daily swing trading system, but I now changed focused and I'm short selling with the CFDs. Now, if you don't know how to short sell, it might be time just to take a step back and watch and learn. You don't have to be trading the market all the time. You need to make sure you have all your action detailed in your trading plan. And if you don't have a trading plan, check out my book, Smart Trading Plans. It's available on my website and I will post it to you, or you can also pick it up in Kindle version from Amazon, or walk into a bookstore and they can order it in for you. But this is a step-by-step guide to developing a trading plan, and you get a template that you work through as you read through the book. And if you haven't been to my website before, visit www.smarttrading.com.au. Make sure you enter your name and email in the box at the top of the web page, or it might be down the bottom if you're looking at a mobile, and you'll get my top 10 mistakes that new traders make. And then next month when I put together a new newsletter video, you'll get it sent to your inbox. So I hope that you're faring well in the market and you have strong money management rules, because we never know what's going to happen in the market. As we can see right now, there's been a big change in the market. So how have you handled this big change? And what are you going to continue to do? Just a few things to think about. So that's an update from me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.